This episode is brought to you by Honda. When you test drive the all-electric Prologue SUV, there's a lot that could impress you about it. There's the generous passenger space, the clean, thoughtful design, and the intuitive technology. But out of everything, what you'll really love most is that it's a Honda. Visit honda.com/EV to see offers.
Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for this day.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. And now, your host, Steve Collins.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Coach Unplugged. I'm so happy you decided to join us. Before we jump in, I don't do this every week, but I would love if you went over, left a review, left a comment. I listen to all of those. Give me some topics. Send over to Steve at teachhoops.com. What kind of topics do you want to hear? But before we jump into today's topic, I'd like to give a big shout out to our two sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish, the number one shooting machine on the market. I've tried them all, and this is not only how innovative are, but the workouts and what I love about Dr. Dish is they give back to the community. If you follow them on Facebook, if you follow them on Twitter, they're always giving back to the basketball community. And you mentioned Coach Unplugged, they'll give you $450 off. Also, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It is a one-stop shop for basketball coaches. It's resources, it's handouts, it's videos, it's one-on-one calls, it's office hours. It's a coach. It's a resource run by a coach for a coach. It's not an ex-coach, not someone that's been let go, not someone that's coaching part-time. This is what I do. And Teach Hoops helps me keep the bills on. It helps me put up these podcasts, 13 podcasts a week. Teach Hoops helps me be able to do that. And it's a roadmap for you to be successful. And let me help you in this great journey that we call coaching. But let's head off to the podcast. Do I look more relaxed now that the season's over?
Well, your voice is still gone, so that'll come back. That'll take a couple weeks.
That takes a while. That's sometimes spring allergies that take it me yelling at officials. But yes. Afterwards.
You're looking good, Coach.
And looks more relaxed, doesn't it? It's like
your eyes are awake. We launched a new podcast. One of the things we saw was there's a lot of need for coaches that are starting AAU programs, teams, tournaments, operators who are looking at, what about the business of youth sports? How do I run a venue? How do I run a tournament? What are the things I need to think about? So we're bringing on guest speakers who are experts in the business of youth sports. Go check it out. Go subscribe. It's not live yet, but you can sign up. And we have about 12 interviews in the queue. And when it officially launches, we will send it out. Go to youthsportsinsider.com for more information. Again, that's youthsportsinsider.com.
All right. So I don't know what the title of this podcast will eventually be when we get to it, Coach. But we're going to be talking about like ages of athletes and tournaments that they're playing in. Am I summarizing that right?
No, it's more about the proving the age of the athletes. So when you enter a 10U team, that your players are 10U, not 13U playing on a 10U
Right.
or 12U playing on a 10U.
Okay.
Uh, and baseball does this, soccer does this, uh, but basketball, unless you're in the, you know, circuit, the bigger tournaments,
Right. The
but your
elite league.
everyday week to weekend tournaments don't do this. They don't do age, proof of age. So when my son was playing baseball, no matter what tournament we did, we had to bring or the coach had to bring a book of all the a roster of all the players and their birth certificates. So he would go check players in, and one by one, they were going through the birth certificate, copy of the birth certificate. Oh my gosh, I can't speak today. Birth certificate that we provided, right, as parents. And the reason I'm bringing this topic up is I really just want to start this discussion. Why doesn't basketball do this? Baseball figured it out, soccer figured it out. For the most part, most coaches are doing it the right way, but I'm starting to see when they go into these tournaments. I played a team yesterday and we were a 10U team. One player was bigger than, and
Really?
he,
Yeah.
I, and I was like, really? Like she's really 10U? Is it possible? I don't know. We played back-to-back teams and these girls,
So,
they were
okay, first of
taller
all,
than their
this is the
coach.
business person in me saying there's a business to be had here. If they can do background checks and all this other kind of stuff, there should be a business where you could prove all that stuff. Anyway, I'm
Well, I
surprised
think
they're
it's even easier. You have to have a copy of the birth certificate.
right,
No, I had a conversation with the tournament director saying, "Well, why can't we do this? Why don't you start it?" And he goes, "I'll tell you why." He goes, "Because if I do it and somebody else doesn't do it, they're just going to go to his tournament because they're not going to waste their time,
right,
right?" Now, I would say, okay, I get that, but at the same time, I would say, well, make your tournament special. Make it a little different than the other ones. Make it right? Make
right.
it make it better. So make it top notch, right? You know what I mean?
You
Do
did well.
something
It could
where,
it could also be a differentiator for your tournament. Like,
right,
look,
you could turn it
we're
into,
running.
right.
Yes, we're maybe
Hmm.
you set the standard is what I would say to that guy
Yeah.
that's running it. You set the standard, so you lose a couple teams. Well, everyone's going to talk about why aren't they coming here? Blah 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 blah. There, she's obviously the or he's obviously yeah.
Well,
So,
be the counter to it. I mean, why wouldn't you do it?
right.
Is it better for this?
Well, it's 100%. What I'm saying is that I'm surprised baseball and soccer. First of all, they've been around doing the 9U, 10U
For a
longer
long
than
time?
basketball. So
Yeah.
they've figured out their system. So that's why I give basketball a little bit of a break on our system's more by grade than sometimes by age for basketball.
Yeah.
Not in the AU circuit, but day-to-day stuff. Soccer is always like 9U, 10U, 11U. But I'm surprised one of them doesn't have like a standard, like a system that you just upload and here you go and you prove it and you send and it goes to the tournament director. And yes, all these teams have been
Yeah.
verified and they've checked first. It's like I'm just surprised no one's done it wouldn't be that expensive. Anyway,
No. No.
TM,
And
I'm
again, like I
TMing
said,
it.
they do it at
TM,
the,
I'm trademarking it. TM. Oh,
yeah,
just quick.
exactly.
The
They do it
movie
at they'll do it at the
as an office
showcases,
thing.
right? You have to
Right.
show proof that of your age. But again, these are your weekly tournaments that you're traveling to.
I know.
Um,
Hey, before we
and
dive any more, no, so I mean, again, I think this is how wide a problem do you think this is?
I think it's big enough because you can get away with it. And when you need a player or two, or you're playing a team that's beat you a few times, and you sneak you- those better players onto that team, right? Um, I think it's big enough where it might demand some change. And it's very frustrating as you're as a coach that's trying to do the right thing and teach the right thing, and you have a legitimate size or normal size player, right? Um, and you you show up and the players you're playing against are bigger than their coaches. That's right. And they can just sit there and out rebound you just by really not doing anything, right? I just don't, again, I could get on my soapbox here and complain, but yes, we still have to deal with it. We have to learn how to play against it. I was thinking about this, the team that I work with, high school team, they played against a player that was 6'4", 210, female, and a dominant post player. So you're always going to have to play against bigger kids, but when you're learning the game, I don't know. I think it's different. I think when you're learning the game, you have to have more of a even level playing field.
Right. And I mean, it's what, how my season ended is part of coaching, and
Yeah,
part of this is talking about adversity
that's right.
and talking about sometimes life isn't fair too. It's
Yeah.
hard when you're dealing with 10-year-olds. I get it. And it's the adults aren't making the right decision. But yeah, I mean, no one wants to go and get beat by 45 either when it's not
No,
level playing.
no, no,
So
no.
there's life lessons to be taught as a teacher, as an educator, as a coach. I'm just saying they're not always easy lessons, and especially for the adults too.
Not to change the subject, but those easy lessons of like both teams we played yesterday, 4th grade, played zone defense.
Gee, okay.
Right? You don't even have to comment. That said it all, right? So we'll come back to another
That's a
another
whole
podcast, right? Opening up a can of worms.
Like for people that are watching, it makes me want to go like that. Like, oh my gosh. Anyway.
You know what I tell my players? Again, I don't necessarily want to go down this rabbit hole, but I'm like, oh, there's a coach that doesn't want to teach their kids how to play. They just want to win. They're just more
they
worried
want to
about
get stronger,
win.
how they want to do it. Yeah, I know.
Hey, everybody. I hope you're enjoying the podcast. Make sure you subscribe, like. We love those. And send me an email, steve@teachhoops.com. Tell me what you want to hear in the future. Also, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Have a great day.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
Memorial Day doorbuster deals are here at Lowe's. Right now, rewards members save $80 on the Master Forge 4-burner gas grill, now just $149. Plus, rewards members save $900 on the Lowe's exclusive Hisense French door refrigerator, now only $999. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 5/26. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Subject to change.